In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use Snap to Grid in Excel. First, open Microsoft Excel and go into the workbook where you want to arrange objects. This feature is especially useful when you're working with shapes, pictures, icons, charts, or other visual elements, and you want everything to look clean, organized, and professionally placed on the sheet. Snap to Grid is designed to help objects line up neatly with Excel's worksheet structure. Since Excel is built around rows and columns, this feature makes it easier to place visual elements so they follow that same layout. That can be very helpful when you're building dashboards, reports, or simple diagrams and want the spacing to feel consistent without having to position every item manually. So what does Snap to Grid actually do? When it's turned on, objects automatically align with the worksheet's row and column boundaries as you move them around or resize them. In other words, instead of placing something slightly off-center or unevenly between cells, Excel helps guide it into a cleaner position that matches the grid. This saves time and gives your sheet a more polished appearance. To enable Snap to Grid, start by inserting or selecting a shape, picture, or another object in your worksheet. Once the object is selected, look at the ribbon and go to Shape Format or Picture Format if you selected an image. From there, choose Align and then click Snap to Grid. If you see a check mark next to it, that means the feature is now enabled. After that, try moving or resizing the object, and you should notice that it follows the worksheet grid more closely. A helpful tip here is that Snap to Grid works best when you're trying to keep objects aligned with cells and maintain a structured layout. If your worksheet contains multiple visual elements, turning this on can make everything look much more intentional and easier to read. There's also another option you should know about called Snap to Shape. This is useful when you want objects to align with each other instead of aligning to the worksheet grid itself. To turn that on, select an object, go to Shape Format, then Align, and choose Snap to Shape. Once enabled, objects will snap to the edges of nearby objects as you move them. That makes it easier to keep spacing even and line items up relative to one another. That's how to use Snap to Grid in Excel, along with Snap to Shape when you need object-to-object alignment. Both tools can make arranging content faster, cleaner, and much more precise.